उत्तमाश्लोके नैष्टिकी।
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 9, Text 5. Canto 4, Chapter 9, Text 5. सवैतदैव प्रतिपादितां गिरम्
स वै तदेव प्रतिपादिता गिरम्
दैवीं परिज्ञातपरात्मनिर्णयः
देवीं परिज्ञात परमात्मनिर्णयः
भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद् असत्वरम्
तं भक्तिभावोऽभयगृणात् सत्वरम्
परिश्रुतोरुश्रवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः
परिश्रुतो शवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः
स वै तदैव प्रतिपादितां गिरम्
प्रतिपादितां गिरम्
दैवीं परिज्ञातपरात्मनिर्णयः
देवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः
तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणात् असत्वरम्
तं भक्तिभावोऽभ्यगृणात् असत्वरम्
परिश्रुतोरुषवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः
परिश्रुतोरुषभसं ध्रुवक्षितिः
स वै तदैव प्रतिपादितां गिराम्
तदेव प्रतिपादितां गिरिम्
दैवीं परिज्ञातपरात्मनिर्णयः
देवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः
तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणादसत्वरम्
भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद सत्वरम्
परिश्रुतोरुश्रवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः
परिश्रुतोरुषवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः
Okay, devotees can chant.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। सा वै तदेव प्रतिपादितां गिरम् देवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावोऽभयगृणाद सत्वरम् परिश्रुतोरुषवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। सवैतदेव प्रतिपादितां गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभाव अभ्यगृणात् सत्वरं परिश्रुतरुश्रव संध्रुवक्षितिः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, प्रणाम प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी स वै तदैव प्रतिपादितां गिरं दैवीं प्रतिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणात् असत्वरं परिश्रुतो रोषवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी तमे तदेव प्रतिपादितां गिरं देवी परिज्ञात परात्म निर्णयम् तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगणादस्वतरं परिश्रुतोरुसवसं ध्रुवक्षिति हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी सबै तदैव प्रतिपादितं गिरि दैवं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः त्वं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद सत्परं परिश्रुतोरुश्रोवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः हरे कृष्ण
प्रभुजी स वै तथैवं प्रतिपादितं गिरं दैवं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद सत्वरं परिश्रोतिरुषवसं दुर्वक्षितिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी थैंक यू वेरी मच
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी स वै तदैव प्रतिपादितं गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्म निर्णयः तं भक्तिभवोऽभ्यगृणात् असत्परं परिश्रुतोरु श्रवसं ध्रुवक्षिति
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स वै तदेव प्रतिपादितां गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद सत्वरं परिश्रुतोरुश्रवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः थैंक यू प्रभु जी हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण प्रभुजी स वै तदैव प्रतिपादितां गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद सत्वरं परिश्रुतोरुश्रवसं ध्रुवाक्षितिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी प्रणाम
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी तवै तदेव प्रतिपादितं गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणाद सत्वरं परिश्रुतोरुश्रवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी स वै तदैव प्रतिपादितां गिरं दैवीं परिज्ञात परात्मनिर्णयः तं भक्तिभावो अभ्यगृणात् असत्वरं परिश्रुतोरुश्रवसं ध्रुवक्षितिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी
सहा ध्रुव महाराज Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Maybe you can all repeat it.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Saha Dhruva Maharaj.
Saha Dhruv Maharaj.
Why? Certainly.
Why certainly.
Tada at that time.
Tada at that time.
Eva just.
Eva just.
Pratipaditam having attained.
Pratipaditam having attained.
Dhiram speech.
Giram speech.
Daivim transcendental.
Devim transcendental.
Parignata understood.
Parignata understood.
Para Atma of the Supreme Soul.
Per Atma of the Supreme Soul.
Nirnayaha the conclusion.
Nirnaya the conclusion.
Come to the Lord.
Come to the Lord.
Bhakti Bhavaha
Bhavaha
situated in devotional service.
situated in devotional service.
Abhyagranat offered prayers.
Abhyagranat for prayers.
Asatvaram without any hasty conclusion.
Asatvaram without any hasty conclusion.
Parishruta widely known.
Parishruta widely known.
Guru Shavasam whose fame.
Purushavasam whose fame.
Dhruva Kshitihi Dhruva
Dhruva Dhruva,
whose planet would not be annihilated.
whose planet would not be annihilated.
Then, at that time, Dhruva Maharaj became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities. In accordance with the line of devotional service to the Supreme Lord, whose fame is widespread, Dhruva, who in the future would receive a planet which would never be annihilated, even during the time of dissolution, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayer. At that time,
At that time,
Dhruva Maharaj
Dhruva Maharaj
became perfectly aware
became perfectly aware
of the Vedic conclusion
of the Vedic conclusion
and understood the absolute truth.
and understood the absolute truth
His relationship
and his relationship
with all living entities,
with all living entities.
in accordance with
In accordance with
the line of devotional service
the line of devotional service
to the Supreme Lord,
to the Supreme Lord,
whose fame is widespread,
whose fame is widespread,
Dhruva,
Dhruva,
who in the future
who in the future
will receive a planet
would receive a planet
would never be annihilated,
which would never be annihilated,
even during the time of dissolution,
even during the time of dissolution,
offered his deliberate
offered his deliberate
and conclusive prayer.
and conclusive prayers.
Supriti Mataji, you can read the purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. There are many important items to be considered in this verse. First of all, the relationship between the absolute truth and the relative material and spiritual energies is here understood by a student who has complete knowledge of the Vedic literature. Dhruva Maharaj never went to any school or academic teacher to learn the Vedic conclusion, but because of his devotional service to the Lord, as soon as the Lord appeared and touched his forehead with his conch shell, automatically the entire Vedic conclusion was revealed to him. That is the purpose of understanding Vedic literature. One cannot understand it simply by academic learning. The Vedas indicate that only to one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as well as in the spiritual master is a Vedic conclusion revealed. The example of Dhruva Maharaj is that he engaged himself in devotional service to the Lord according to the order of his spiritual master Narada Muni. As a result of his rendering such devotional service with great determination and austerity, the personality of Godhead personally manifested himself before him. Dhruva was only a child. He wanted to offer nice prayers to the Lord, but because he lacked sufficient knowledge, he hesitated. But by the mercy of the Lord, as soon as the Lord's conch shell touched his forehead, he became completely aware of the Vedic conclusion. That conclusion is based on proper understanding of the difference between Jiva and Paramatma, the individual soul and the super soul. The individual soul is forever a servant of the super soul, and therefore his relationship with the super soul is to offer service. That is called Bhakti Yoga or Bhakti Bhava. Dhruva Maharaj offered his prayers to the Lord not in the way of impersonalist philosophers, but as a devotee. Therefore, it is clearly said here, Bhakti Bhava. The only prayer worth offering are those offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose reputation is spread far and wide. Dhruva Maharaj wanted to have the kingdom of his father, but his father refused even to allow him to get on his lap. In order to fulfill his desire, the Lord had already created a planet known as pole star Dhruvaloka, which was never to be annihilated even at the time of the dissolution of the universe. Dhruva Maharaj attained this perfection not by acting hastily, but by patiently executing the order of his spiritual master, and therefore he became so successful that he saw the Lord face to face. Now he was further enabled by the causeless mercy of the Lord to offer fitting prayers to the Lord. To glorify or offer prayers unto the Supreme, one needs the Lord's mercy. One cannot write to glorify the Lord unless one is endowed with his causeless mercy. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Namo Radhaya Krishna Krishna Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Acharya Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Bhaktatya Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So at that time, Dhruva Maharaj became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities. In accordance with the line of devotional service to Supreme Lord, whose fame is widespread, Dhruva, who in the future will receive a planet which will never be annihilated, even during the time of dissolution, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayers. So Dhruva Maharaj was successful, and then in executing devotional service as per the direction of Srila Narad Muni, the spiritual master. And so he had the privilege of now seeing the Lord face to face. But being a small boy, he was feeling not competent to offer prayers to the Lord. So, but we see here the Lord blessed him by just putting his conch shell. So the Lord blessing is said is by the conch shell, by the lotus. The Lord has Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So this lotus and conch shell. It is the Lord. It's in the Lord's hand for blessing the devotees. The Lord is always willing to bless the devotees by His causeless mercy. Of course, in the spiritual world, Shankha and Chakra and Gada, there is no need. They are for killing the demons. In the material world, Krishna does that work, the Lord. But in the spiritual world also, Krishna, the Lord in the form of Narayana, carries Chakra and Gada. It is not for killing anybody there. There is no demons in the spiritual world. But just again, a reassurance for the devotees. Don't worry, I am there to take you off. So the Lord has his transcendental Chakra and Gada. But otherwise, Shankha and Lotus is for blessing the devotees. So Dhruva Maharaj is very fortunate to be personally touched by the Lord's Shankha. And being touched, it is said, by the blessing. So immediately he completely became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion. So Vedic conclusion, not so easy to understand. Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, Vedaishcha sarve ahameva vedyaha. Vedantavid, Vedantavid, eva chaham. So the whole Vedic knowledge is to understand Krishna. It's to understand Krishna, the relationship with Krishna. So that is Vedic Vedas. But generally the process we undertake of understanding the Vedic knowledge by study, especially Prabhupada is saying here, this Vedic knowledge is not understood by Dhruva Maharaj never went to any school or academic teacher to learn the Vedic. So he did not go to any school, he did not apply himself to any university, he did not get any degree, he didn't do that. So that is this Prabhupada is saying, that is not the process of understanding the Vedic knowledge, Vedic conclusion. Shishirada Govinda ki jai, So even in the Gita, Krishna explains Ashcharyavat. There is a shloka, second chapter, where Krishna says about the soul itself. Some look on the soul as amazing. Some hear of the soul as amazing. Some, even after hearing about the soul, they cannot understand. So, like that. Even about the Jivatma, it is explained. About the soul, it is explained. Like that. Everything is ascharya. Everything is wonderful. Everything is amazing. So, even after studying the Vedic literature, then we may not be able to understand ourselves, our identity, as different from the body, as our identity as the eternal servant of the Lord. So it is very difficult, even after so much time. Vedeshu durlabham, adurlabham atma bhakto. Veda, by understanding the Veda, durlabham, very, very difficult. So, but adurlabham atma bhakto. So somebody who is a devotee of the Lord, then he can understand. Other Santa also it is said, Nishkinchanasya Bhagavad Bhajanonmukasya Mayasam Pada Rajobhishekam. Mayasam Pada Rajobhishekam. So, there it is said, the way is to get the mercy of Acharya, mercy of Guru. Mercy of Guru by mercy of Acharya, actually we can understand the Vedic conclusion by smearing the dust of their lotus feet, by the mercy what we obtain from them, by their kindness, by the blessing, then we can understand. Yasya deve parabhaktir yatha deve tata guru tasyete Mahatmana Patashayani. So, Vedic knowledge is revealed, perfect revelation, by the combined mercy of Guru and Krishna. As much faith on Krishna, similar faith we should have on the Guru, on us. Same faith, same we should have. So, when we have that much faith and we are so much loyal, then only we will be able to understand the Vedic purpose, Vedic conclusion. Otherwise, very, very difficult. Nayam atma pravachanena labhya na medeya na bho na shrutena. It is said, when we study, when we hear so many things by our personal endeavor, but still we will remain unsuccessful. Still we will remain far from the truth, far from the Vedic conclusion. One who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as well as in the spiritual master. So both Guru and Krishna. So okay, now directly I will go to Krishna. Directly we go to Krishna, we will not be able to. So we should have faith on Guru, on spiritual master. So only then we get this proper understanding, the knowledge will be revealed for us. So the example of Dhruva Maharaj, exactly to say it here. He perfectly engaged himself in executing the austerities as per the direction of Sri Narada Muni. So, Sri Narada Muni direction was for Dhruva Maharaj to undertake severe austerities in the forest, Ashtanga Yoga methodology. So, he perfectly executed it. So, the whole secret for us devotional service is to follow the guidelines of Guru, follow the guidelines of the Acharya. Srila Prabhupada as a founder Acharya is in his position, and his disciples to guide us, to follow his conclusions, to follow his guidance, to follow the teachings. They give an example. So, Srila Prabhupada then being asked by his disciples, what we have to do, what is that we have to follow. Like in a summary, Srila Prabhupada says, I have 5 commandments. 5 commandments. Like in the Bible, Jesus Christ, they talk about 10 commandments. Srila Prabhupada talks to us, tells us as followers of Lord Chaitanya, as followers of Purusha Parampara, we have to follow 5 commandments. Our first commandment, we have to chant Hare Krishna. Whatever our situation or condition, we have to chant. He says another place, my disciple should chant 16 rounds, whether in heaven or in hell. So our by parampara, the order for us is to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So we chant this Maha Mantra 16 rounds, wherever we are, whatever the condition, we chant the rounds. So Acharyas, Shad Goswamis, Sankhya Nama Gana, so they are given us by count. Not checking it personally also, by count we chant the fixed number of rounds. And Srila Prabhupada has given us the minimum the 16 rounds. So it's a minimum. Somebody has time, we should chant more. Srila Prabhupada's Guru used to say 64 rounds. One doesn't chant 64 rounds, he will fall down, he surely fall down. So that was the regulation given by the Acharya, Guru Acharya, 64 rounds. But then it is said even during its time, the devotees were engaged busily in various services. So they were allowed 16 rounds. Maybe that is how Srila Prabhupada also, when he was fixing the rounds for the disciples. Initially, one place, he said 25 rounds. But then disciples came back and said 25 rounds is difficult. So Srila Prabhupada says, in a foreign country, in a different situation. So he made a prescription. Okay, chant 16 rounds. So that's how the whole movement, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, follows this important order of chanting minimum 16 rounds. Of course, we have more time. There are devotees who chant 32 rounds, who chant 64 rounds. People who have time in their services, so they are not so busily engaged. Their services doesn't demand such a busy schedule. So they are advised, and there are devotees who practice chanting so many rounds, 32 rounds, 64 rounds. There are many. But at least minimum 16 rounds, and then be busily engaged. Whatever service in pleasing Krishna, in Guru, Vaishnavas, they are engaged, so busily engaged. So that is first commandment, as far as I can understand. Then the 4 commandments, knows the do's and don'ts. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. So very difficult to believe these 5 commandments. So we have to follow. Our determination to follow. We should follow determination. And then Dhruva Maharaj was successful. It is said he was very, very patient in executing the orders. He was not hasty. So, Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya, Tat Karma Pravarta, Sangatyaga, Sato Vritte, Shadbir Bhaktir, Prasidyati. So, we need patience, a lot of patience. So, haste, we say in English also the common proverb, haste makes waste. So we do things in haste, many times it becomes waste. So, he said he was not hasty, he was patient, very patient. The example given to us of a woman when she gets married, of a girl, young girl, she gets married to an husband. So, not that immediately she will have child. Oh, I want child. No. The girl has to be patient. It will take time. So, anyway, they are married. So, things will be, it's only a question of time. There will be child. But there is no haste like that. Immediately. So, that example is given for patience. So, similarly, we have got a bona fide spiritual master. We have got a bona fide sampradaya, acharya, founder acharya. So it is said, definitely it will bear fruit. The guru is bona fide, the disciple is bona fide, then the result is definite, sure. Just like Narad Muni is a bona fide acharya, Dhruva Maharaj is a bona fide disciple, followed strictly the instruction of Narad Muni. So the result was there. That personally the Lord appeared, Lord he could see. So similarly, we are also connected to the Guru Shya Parampara, the bona fide Guru Shya Parampara. So the bona fide Guru. So then the only thing lies in our part to become a bona fide disciple. bona fide follower. The whole point lies there. So I should become, I should become a qualified devotee. I should become a qualified servant. I should be able to please the Guru, I should be able to please the Vaishnavas, I should be able to please the Guru Shiva. I should be able to please Krishna. So it all lies in me. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Koriyakya Arana Koryo Maninash. So we are singing daily. As a regulation. In the moment, this week we have the prayers. So Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. So Guru Mukha. Let me not desire anything other than what is coming out from the mouth of my Guru. What is coming out? Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Koriya Ai. So let me take it deep in my heart. Nice Krishna Prabhupada comment that when he was reading a commentary on in Bhagavad Gita, commentary by Vishwanath Chakravarti, says he read that shloka, Vyavasayatika Buddhi Ekeha Kurunandana Baushaka Ayanantasha Uddayo Vyavasaya. So when he read that shloka, Krishna says, so Vyavasayatika Buddhi, one should have fixed mind, fixed resolution. Otherwise, if mind is branched, then we will not be successful. So then Srila Prabhupada says, the purport, the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said, the Vyavasayatma Buddhi, how it will come? It will come by being fixed on the words of the Guru. The words of my Guru is my life and soul. So like we see Srila Prabhupada, such an old age, 70-year-old person, still trying to follow the orders of his spiritual life. So what was the need? He already is retired and he tried. Srila Prabhupada kept trying. Not that he didn't try till 70 years. He was trying, whole life he tried. He started writing books. He started having institution. He had the League of Devotees, even in India, in Jhansi. He was requesting so many people whomever he met, kindly give your one son at least. I will make him a Brahmana and he will preach. People are not Indian people, we are not interested. What is this Brahmana? What is this Vedic study? So Srila Prabhupada was trying, left, right and center. He was trying. Things did happen. But he went on. In fact, Srila Prabhupada humbly says, my Guru ordered me when I was 25 years old. First meeting itself, Prabhupada's Guru told him, you spread this message around the world. Young people like you should spread this. So Srila Prabhupada takes a very humble position, saying that I should have done it immediately. Actually, he was doing it. Not that Prabhupada was not trying or anything like that. But Prabhupada had his own way of trying. Prabhupada says like that. I was thinking, anyway, I'm a businessman, about to be on the threshold of big success. So an astrologer also saw Prabhupada's hand. He was telling, he said later, you should have become like Birla. Those time now what we have, the so-called Ambanis or Adani, we have big people now here, or Bill Gates or some people. Those times it was Tatas and Birlas. So somebody said, should have become like that, seeing Prabhupada's hand. Prabhupada was so intelligent, so brilliant, but still, so Srila Prabhupada tried that way to fulfill the desire of his spiritual life, fulfill the mission of his spiritual life. Whenever he got the opportunity, he helped his Guru's movement. He helped them establish the Mata in Allahabad, Prayag. He helped them establish the Mata in Bombay. Prabhupada was the one who got the place for Gaudiya Mata. His friend, Prabhupada had big business contacts. His friend offered him the place for Gaudiya Mata. So when he went and proposed it to his Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it is said Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was in Vrindavan that time, Radha. And then he said, when Prabhupada proposed this land being available in Bombay, immediately it was accepted. Immediately Prabhupada's Guru Bhaktisiddhanta took it. Yes, we need a place for our Mata. But then, though he took it, it is said, our main mission is to preach, is to print books and distribute. The same conversation where Srila Prabhupada says, it was accepted, immediately accepted by my Guru, the offer of land. But then he said, if you ever get money, print books. And because of the experience, what happened in the Gaudiya Mata headquarters in Kolkata, though it is needed, we need a temple, we need a facility for preaching, everything, but still the main focus, Acharya could understand, he wants books, he wants it to be distributed. Srila Prabhupada says, in India easily I could have built a mata. Prabhupada had high contacts. He built a mata in Vrindavan, but personally he did not go for that. His mission was fixed. To launch a worldwide movement, what his Guru wanted. So he wrote books, and when he finished the first canto of Bhagavatam, he said, Srila Prabhupada says, I felt myself ready. Now I should go. I should somehow just go away from here, India. It will not happen. And he says, suppose I was trying in India, it would have never started. So like that, Acharya, being a pure devotee, gets proper guidance from the Lord, the Paramatma. And he just left India. And again a great struggle, not that people are waiting in America at the shore, welcoming Prabhupada, come to us, and no, nothing like that. Nobody is welcoming him there. So again, great struggle. So Acharya is successful. And Srila Prabhupada, just for our inspiration, it's been a lecture, that's your disciples. I did it. I was successful in fulfilling the orders. I did it. And he says, every disciple should do it. So the Acharya is desired by his wish in the Guruship Parampara. So it is for each one of us to again satisfy our Guru. To satisfy Prabhupada, to satisfy Krishna. So that way we also become successful. So we should do it. So just I was remembering the instance of Ishwarapuri. Ishwarapuri is a spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya. So it is said Ishwarapuri during the last days of his spiritual master. His spiritual master is Madhavendra Puri, for whom the Lord appeared in Vrindavana, the deity Gopala. And then again he had the pastime of Kshirchor Gopinath, that is the great Madhavendra Puri. So the Madhavendra Puri, when he was at the last deathbed during those times, it is said Ishwarapuri served him very nicely. Served him all menial services. Somebody is in deathbed with no this one, definitely he needs assistance, needs help. So Ishwarapuri was like very, very menial servant. He served Madhavendra. And then, when actually Madhavendra Puri was leaving the world, he prayed to the Lord, it is said. He prayed, he was so pleased by the service of Ishwarapuri that my Lord can, what I can do is, so he just prayed for the Lord, that's all. And because of that, Ishwarapuri, he became such a great devotee, great Acharya, great personality. Next, the Lord himself became the disciple of Ishwar. So he was blessed. Yes, the service to his Guru Madhavendra Puri, Krishna blessed him, and he, as Lord Chaitanya, became the disciple of Ishwar. Because of the sincere service to his Guru Madhavendra. That's what he achieved. Ishwar. He became such a great Acharya, such a great because he pleased his Guru. And on the other side it is said, there was another disciple, Ramachandra Puri. So Ramachandra Puri is also another disciple of Madhavendra Puri. But when Madhavendra Puri was in the last days, he was in ecstasy. He was in the mood of separation, praying to the Lord. Oh my Lord, I could not enter Vrindavana. I'm not qualified to, I could not achieve the fulfillment of my human life. In his ecstasy he was saying, not that he was, he had already seen Gopala, the Lord has already done all wonderful pastimes with him, the Kshirchor Gopinatha, all unlimited activities has happened. Personally Krishna came to give him milk, such a great Acharya. But because when he was saying like that, oh I am unable, he was in that mood, he was crying. Ramachandra Puri came and he said, what is this? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, na shochati na kankshati. There is a nice cartoon, devotees have made, we can see that cartoon. So he was telling his Guru, advising his Guru, what is this? A self-realized person means he should have no anchoring, he should have no lamentation, no this one. This is not material anchoring or material lamentation, what Madhavendra Puri is showing. It is all spiritual Everything is there in spiritual world. Whatever we find in material world, where it is coming from? Janmadhyasya, it's coming from Krishna. But in Krishna, it is all in absolute. It is without any inaccurate. It is in its pure form. So there is lamentation, spiritual lamentation. It is good. It is a symptom of greater advancement. Right? So the gopis, they are in the mood of separation, cry. That is more advanced. So Madhavendra Puri was in that mood. But unfortunately, Ramachandra Puri could not understand. And he was saying, no, now you should be equipoised, you should be Brahman absorbed. So then Madhavendra Puri, it is said, you drew him out. Get out from me. I don't want to see your face. So he's done a aparada to the Guru. So it is said, that's what, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Yasya prasadan nagati kutu. So what Ishwara Puri achieved great advancement, a great blessing. Lord Chaitanya became his disciple. But other hand, the same Guru, it is said, Ramachandra Puri became he became Mayavan. He became so much so over, he's finished. His spiritual life, his pure devotional line is still finished. He became Mayavan. So we hear. And later we also hear that wherever he was going, he was only a fault finder. Ramachandra Puri means he will go everywhere and he will just, all Vaishnavas, he will displease them. That is his nature. Nobody will like him. He became like that, Ramachandra. So, yes, so that's what it is said. Yeah, Dhruva Maharaj was able, even though a small boy, was not a big personality. He did not even go to school. He said he did not even go to school. He did not even go to any academic teacher to learn. But he achieved full perfection. That example is also spoken by devotees. That one great scholar, again to just repeat, Madan Mohan Malavya. Madan Mohan Malavya. We people here, he was I think in freedom movement also he was there. He was the chancellor of that university, Banaras Hindu University, Kashi, Varanasi, there it is there, the Sanskrit. So he was the chancellor, big man. But he was reading all Vedic scriptures. He was confused. So much reading, but utterly confused. What is actually really we have to serve Krishna, or we are Brahman and we are one with Brahman, we have to merge with Brahman. He is not aware. So it is said he sometime came to Gaudiya Math, came to meet Prabhupada's Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So he came to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He asked, I have some questions. Big scholar, he read all the Vedas, Puranas, Upanishads, left, right, and everything. A lot of knowledge. He can quote, he can speak, he can give big lecture, everything. But he had told, I have some questions. So Prabhupada's Guru Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told, there was some festival or something, whatever, that day, particular day. He said, you go to my disciples are there. They are in that TT kitchen. So you go there, they will answer your question. So he sent him there. So the moment Madan Mohan Malavya, the great person, big personality, academic personality, he entered the TT kitchen there. Immediately the disciples pulled him and put him for washing. There is a mountain of vessels, all whatever used for cooking for the Lord, the boga plates and all are there. So they gave him some soap water or whatever, bimba or whatever. So and then he started washing. Wash. So they were in they are in service of the Lord. So probably they were late for the offering or whatever. So their anxiety is there, how to serve Krishna, how to serve Radha Govinda. So whoever came there, okay, come, thank you, you come inside, you wash. Like that's what happens when we, in the function festival, whoever is there, we try to pull their hand. So that way, they just engaged him in washing the vessels for the Lord, washing the cooking pots for the Lord. And after some time, he came out. He came to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur asked him, yes, what is your question? My questions are answered. So Madan Mohan Malavya, by doing some practical service to the Lord like that, he said his confusion was gone. Otherwise we are like, oh, I am God, I am the incarnation, there is no difference between me and God. All these so-called imagination people are. But by actually practically doing service to Krishna, it is said, things become revealed, things become very clear. Yes, my duty is to serve Krishna. And by serving Krishna, Krishna is pleased, I am also pleased. Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. So in Krishna service, we don't do many big things. Many times we do small service. We used to do some cleaning, so-called. In the material context, it looks very small, grooming or washing pots. But the satisfaction it gives to us, it is not, we cannot express it, we cannot explain it so much. Because Krishna is pleased with that activity, the Acharya is pleased. So we become so happy. Wow, I have done something for the Lord. So that's what Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Gnanam Ched Ahaitika. Like said, one engages in devotional service, the devote service under the direction of the Acharya, under the direction of the Guru, under the direction of the Master. He said, Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayati Ashu Vairagyam. Very soon we get detachment, we get that renunciation. Get detachment is very difficult. Dhruva Maharaja is doing such severe tapasya. After that, one can actually get detachment. It's not easy to get detachment. But it is said by doing devotional service, we get that detachment and we get the Gnanam Chayat Ahaitikam. The causeless knowledge is revealed to us. The knowledge. So we are all, like all the devotees now, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, being in association with devotees. Very easily, we know the Vedic conclusion. Krishna is supreme, we are his insignificant, tiny part and parcel, and our duty is to serve. Yes. Even though we are not big Sanskrit, big Pandits, big scholars, this much is very clear to us. Correct? So, it's a blessing. It's a blessing by the chanting of Hare Krishna. So, that is blessing by Lord Chaitanya. Sarva Siddhi Hoy Tumara. Just by chanting Hare Krishna, we will come to understand, yes, Krishna is supreme, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, and our duty is to serve the Acharyas. So all these things automatically come. Cheto Darpana Marjanam, our heart as it becomes clean by our chanting process and by rendering service, things become good. So nice. I was just reading, what was that? Srila Prabhupada says one place, we have it is in somewhere in Chaitanya Charitamrita, so I don't know where is it exactly, I don't remember. But, so yeah, Srila Prabhupada is telling, in the Krishna consciousness, in our Krishna consciousness movement, we have limited our study of Vedic literatures to Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhakti Rasamrita. Because there are so many Vedas, so many Puranas, so many books, so many commentaries, so many. But he says, in this moment, we have limited our study of Vedic literature. To what? To one is Bhagavad Gita, another is Srimad Bhagavatam, third is Chaitanya Charitamrita, four is Bhakti Rasamrita. These four works are sufficient for all preaching purposes. They are adequate for understanding the philosophy and spreading the missionary activities all over the world. That is the principle. So the main thing. So Acharya, they are not competent also to read all so much, study so much. But he has given these books, these basic books, and he said, we have to study. So our Guru Maharaj also has made that discipline of Bhakti Shastri we have to get. Even for second Diksha, now very serious that we have to finish the Bhakti Shastri course. Not only finish the Bhakti Shastri, but practically we should be interested to do direct personal service to deities, either worshipping the Lord, decorating the Lord, or cooking for the Lord, these services. Only then it is said we should take that second Diksha. In ISKCON, such regulations are made. Not just like we have in our outside world, oh, I did a BA, then I did MA, then I did PhD. It is like we want one more degree. Not like that similarly in our Bhakti life. Oh, now I am Bhakti Shastri, now I am Bhakti Vaibhav, now I am Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma, and now I am Brahmana, I am this. Okay, we have to do the activity. We should, whenever opportunity is there, or whenever situation demands, many times situation demands, but we are not ready. So that should not be a thing. We should be ready. He said, 3 ways we can understand. One is just by the indication, situation, we should understand what is in it. It will be very high first class. Otherwise, sometimes somebody has to tell us. They tell us, then we do. So that is, it is said, second class. First class is where nobody has to tell us, by ourselves we should be able to know. But that needs a lot of intelligence, a lot of mercy by the Lord. At least somebody tells us, then we are ready. And we should be at least there. Okay. This is deviation. So the whole point today was pleasing the spiritual master. Pleasing the spiritual master. By pleasing the mercy of the spiritual master, one will be able to understand the Vedic conclusion. So to understand the Vedic conclusion, Acharyavan Purusho Veda, it is said. The Veda. Who will know what is Veda? One who is a Acharyavan, one who has an Acharya, one who is under the shelter of an Acharya. He can understand what it is. Actually, purport Srila Prabhupada says that there are many things in this purport. So it starts like that. Many things. There are many important items to be considered in this verse. And Bhakti Bhava, offering prayers. And Srila Prabhupada is telling, actually only devotees can offer prayers. Offering prayers, everybody says, we go to temple, we offer prayers. But what is a prayer? If somebody is not a devotee, he cannot actually offer prayers. He is saying, the only prayers worth offering are those offered to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Mayavadis, so the impersonalists, they cannot actually offer prayers. The impersonalists are there, the people who think I and God are same. So without understanding what prayer they will offer. Their prayer is, it is said, their prayer is like telling the Lord, you have no form, you have no eyes, you have no hands, you have no legs. That is what the understanding they have, the impersonalists. So when they go before the Lord, they are actually telling the Lord, you are blind, you are deaf, you are dumb. Like when we scold somebody, so many things come out from our mouth. Blind, deaf, dumb, like that all we start speaking. So like that actually the impersonalists, they are saying arupam, they are all their the verses, whatever, the Lord has no form, the Lord has no this, no means that's actually like criticizing the Lord. And Prabhupada says it is not like offering flowers. When we worship the Lord, we offer flower as a indicating our surrender to Krishna. Flower we putting at the lotus feet, we are indicating our surrender. And Krishna is also pleased to smell the fragrance of the flower, the beauty of the flower, correct? We offer to Krishna. But Mayavadis, it is said, their offering prayers is like throwing stones, having an arti plate full of stones and throwing stones. So their prayer is not prayer, the Mayavadi prayers. The prayers is in the Bhakti Bhava, the devotee with proper understanding of the Lord's unique position and our very insignificant position, we can offer. Like Dhruva Maharaj now will offer beautiful prayers. It is said he was perfectly deliberate, conclusive prayers. Dhruva Maharaj's prayers, perfect devotion, perfect understanding, complete understanding. Not this misunderstanding that after liberation I become one with you. Dhruva Maharaj did not, when Krishna appeared, he did not become merged with Narayan. Correct? Lord appeared before him. Did he become merged with him? He did not become merged. He was suffering. And he offered beautiful prayers. He started worshipping lotus feet. It is said he was drinking the beauty of the Lord as if he was drinking the beauty of the Lord with his eyes, and as if licking the lotus feet of the Lord. Previous verse, it is said. So that was all. And Prabhupada says that every devotee wants to glorify the Lord, and they want to constantly, always lick the lotus feet of the Lord. They always want to, anyway, they have that perception, they have that realization, they are constantly. And at the end, one cannot write to glorify the Lord unless one is endowed with this causeless mercy. Okay. Thank you, everybody.